Welcome to Adventures with Captain Ray Kelly. This is primarily a drone show. We'll be sharing adventures from all over the world. We hope to have interesting guests every week, and we're glad that you tuned in tonight. We'll be flying different drones in different locations. We encourage viewer participation in the chat. If you have a question, don't be afraid to ask. Every week we'll have another interesting guest. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. We'll be sharing various adventures by our guests as well as myself. And thank you for joining us tonight. Hi, welcome everybody. Welcome to Adventures with Captain Ray Kelly Live. It's Thursday night, 7 p.m. And I tell you, I don't know where the weeks go. I mean, one week just flies by. Next week's here, and that's over too. But look at this. It's almost the end of February. We're almost into March. And then we're into April, and it's time for the fifth annual South Florida Drone Meetup. And we're going to be talking all about that a little later. And if you saw my promo post and YouTube post, you know who my awesome special guest is, the one and only Marcus Crawford of Idaho Quadcopter. And there's no doubt Marcus is always interesting, and you're gonna love hearing from Marcus. But I gotta say thank you to the chat, really. Like I say, it means so much to me that you guys take the time out to watch my live stream. An old fart with a drone, and it decides to start a live stream. Johnny and I started it initially with the Fly for Fun show, and then we each started doing our own live streams also. But again, I truly appreciate you all taking the time out to watch it. Really. I try to have an interesting guest every week. And like I say, it means so much. Thank you so much. But I tell you, I got out and did some flying, but a big thing that I did is I got invited to Al Sergio's 70th birthday party. you know, and I tell you, there was a few other drone pilots that were invited, and I tell you, his wife Jill really did a phenomenal job with this party. But Al was like a little kid in a candy store. You know why? Because he ended up getting a DJI Mia.
Al greeted
I just
myself
want
and
to show a
Cheryl
little
and
of this video.
Steve and
I
Terry
made a little
Barnett, as
video
well
for
as
him.
Susan and Ken Nida at the front door. We went inside and met Jill, Al's lovely wife, and she presented Al with his 70th birthday sash.
Happy birthday to my husband, his 70th birthday, to my best friend, my rock, my partner in crime. I love you. Happy birthday.
Look at him. Look at him. This is Al's new birthday present. He had such a good time flying this, really. Al received a DJI Neo for his 70th birthday, and he was having fun flying it. How many in the chat have the Neo? Or do you plan on getting the Neo? Let me know. Let us know. Because I tell you, after seeing Al flying his Neo around, I really think I might be buying one of them. Unless of course I win one at the South Florida Drone Meetup. We all sang to Al.
Happy birthday to you.
You could tell Al was having a great time flying his Neo.
Yep. He did a good job too. He was getting used to it, but Al had a lot of fun. But anyway, if you want to watch the rest of that, you can go to my channel and see the rest of Al's 70th birthday bash. But we really had a good time. And a few people gave him some tributes on the video, and that was nice too. Most people were camera shy. I asked them, no, 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 I don't want to. But anyway, but listen, I got to say hello to everybody in the chat. Dusty, he was number one, East Coast Thrills, and I appreciate that. And Jody, Drone Shots, he's number two right behind him. And John, Connecticut Pirate, came in. And Steve Jeunesse, he's in the chat, watching all the way up in Vermont. And I'm not going to go and mention too many of the sponsors tonight because it just takes too much time. But I want everybody to know we appreciate the sponsors of the South Florida Drone Meetup. We really do. And then there's Jason flying high in Florida, but everybody's going to get to meet Jason. He's coming to the South Florida Drone Meetup. So I'm looking forward to that. Actually, I'm looking forward to meeting everybody. The old timers, you know, and a lot of the new people, got a lot of new people signed up. And it's going to be a great time. We're up to 144 names on the list now, I think. So, but anyway, how you doing, Josh? Good to see you. And John Olson, my fellow Long Islander, always good to see you. And if I miss your name, I don't do it on purpose, guys. Sometimes I miss him scrolling. But there's Jeremy, some drone guy, you know. And for those that don't know it, Jeremy created a new logo for our 5th annual South Florida Drone Meetup. He did an awesome job, I think. And everybody else who's seen it loves it, and he's handling the South Florida Drone merchandise, the 5th annual South Florida Drone merch. I just happen to have my coffee mug right here. And I tell you, and the coffee tastes good in that cup too. But anyway, I got to say thank you to Jeremy for that, along with his other sponsorships. And you know, I have it buried because I got other things on top of it, but Jeremy donated a DJI Air 3S as our top prize, and we'll be giving that to some lucky giveaway prize winner. So thank you again, Jeremy. And there's John, Flying Flynn Media. How you doing, John? Good to see you. And I know I saw, who else did I see? Andrew, Hike and Fly, he's watching up in Vermont too, I believe. And we got Alan, Drone Views Media. He's watching all the way in Ireland. Good to see Alan. Hopefully you're feeling better. I see you got a flight in. I look forward to watching your video. But I'm glad you're out flying again. So, and the word on Bill, if you didn't watch the Fly for Fun show last night, his surgery was a success. He bounced right back. He was on the Fly for Fun show, and he looks good. And we wish him well and get well soon, Bill. And God bless. But we're glad your surgery was a success. And now we got Brian, Waypoint, New England, in the house. How you doing, Brian? Good to see you. And I see that my fellow drone meetup guy, TJ Giggles, is in the house. I had the pleasure of flying with him the other morning. And we had a good time. Then we all went out for breakfast. And there's Bob Casey. Did I say hello to Bob Casey? How you doing, Bob? Good to see you. And Jim Anderson's watching. How you doing, Jim? And I know it takes time to mention the names, but I really feel it's important. We got a drone celebrity in the chat right now. I see his name, and that's DeMarco, FSU Grad 03. How you doing, DeMarco? Good to see you. I know you're busy with the kids, but I appreciate your watching tonight. But anyway, another drone superstar. We got Alex Escardo in the house tonight. How you doing, Alex? I saw Alex at Al's birthday bash too, you know, so it was good to see Alex. But anyway, I'll just mention a few more names, and then I'll let's see. I don't want to miss anybody. and I think I got everybody actually. Yeah, I think I got everybody. So, um, without, oh no, I see somebody new at the bottom there now. Barkley's in the house, number 107 drones, and he's also number 107 on the South Florida drone meetup list. So good to see Barkley. And Jen is probably right there with them watching. But anyway, hi, Jenna, if you are watching. And Kiko, too. Can't forget Kiko. So, and for those that don't know who Kiko is, that's the monkey that Barkley brings to the South Florida drone meet. Yeah, he brings a monkey, guys. So, anyway. But anyway, without further ado, I'll get back to the names. We'll try to keep an eye out and acknowledge you as you come in. But I would like you all to give a warm welcome to one of the drone superstars, as I call him. And I've been watching him a long time now, well over 5 years. I've been watching Marcus Idaho quadcopter, and I learned so much watching his videos. So give him a warm welcome.
Hey, thank you, Captain Ray. Gosh, well, that's an introduction, man. I tell you, I don't know if I can live up to that.
Yeah, well, I got to say thank you for being on tonight, and I mean it. You know, you were one of the first guys I started watching on YouTube when I started trying to learn about flying drones and flying better, and I've learned so much watching your videos over the years. Really.
You know what it is, Ray, is we all share the love of this hobby, and we all enjoy the camaraderie, that's on full display at the South Florida Drone Meetup. That's a big part of it. And, I'm just an old retired guy flying drones and started making videos about it. That's about it. I look at some of these people in the chat right now, Alex Escardo, Drone Views Media, John Flynn. I look at their videos and I go, I am not worthy. I cannot put up the kind of quality content that those guys put up,
Well, I'll tell you, I love watching the different styles of videos that people put out, and I usually wait until the very end, well, the middle of the show to give the tip of the week. But being that we're talking about this, that's this week's tip of the week, guys. It's just, when you're up there flying, you take your photos and videos, post them. Don't be shy. Post them, put them on Facebook, create a YouTube channel if you don't have one. Of course, you're going to get some negative comments here and there, but for the most part, you get positive comments, and people like to see your work. So share your drone photos and videos. Do you have any tips for the viewers, Marcus?
Well, okay, you just touched on it just now. So everybody has their own style. And that's the other thing that I appreciate about drone flying and YouTube. I mean, there's people that are FPV fanatics. There's people that fly all different kinds of camera drones, etc. And their videos are all different, and everybody has their own style. And I enjoy that. So I think that's a big part of it. But as you said, don't be shy. You may not think that whatever you're producing is that good, but put it out there. And the other thing that I'll say is, if you are on camera, smile. One of the things that I noticed, if I go back to look at my early videos, holy cow, I look so solemn, and I look like I'm at a funeral or something, When you're in front of the camera, smile.
Yep, I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
But I tell you, I remember when I first started putting up videos and things like that. I was so nervous, and nobody's gonna want to see my stuff. I mean, I had a little advantage because I came up with the great idea to start a TV fishing show way back when.
Yeah.
And again, it took me a while to get the courage to do that. But people started watching it. Not that it was a great show, but it was something to watch, and it was Long Island fishing and all of that. And then we branched out and started going all over the world. but people ended up liking my little show that I had. And then I took a break for a while, and then I started YouTube. And again, I thought YouTube was like the stupidest thing in. And I had created a video while I was filming an episode one time and put it on YouTube. Just a short. It was a short striped bass clip, and I didn't go back for quite a few years to YouTube. But then I said, "Yeah, YouTube's pretty good,"
Yeah,
and I know you think the world of YouTube. So
I do enjoy it. So I'll tell you a little bit about how I kind of got started. Just like you said, I posted a couple of videos here and there, and it was just for fun. I mean, it was nothing. But let's see. It was in 2013. I was shopping for a new lawnmower, and I wanted to buy a Honda lawnmower, and I looked at these review videos on YouTube, and I thought, holy cow, nobody can hold a camera steady. There was no such thing as stabilization in a camera in those days. So there's all these wiggly videos and stuff. And I went and bought a Honda lawnmower, and I brought it home, and I thought, man, I can do better than that. I can do better than what I saw on YouTube. So I took my camera and I set it on a tripod. So it's steady, right? It's not jumping around all over the place. And I literally just showed the first start of that Honda lawnmower, putting the oil in it and, doing that kind of stuff, and just narrated to the camera. And sure enough, it was a little bit of a hit, right? Because again, if you looked at some of the other videos, they were all wiggly, and you couldn't see what you were doing. So the thing is, once you get one video that gets 500 views or 1,000 views or something like that, you're hooked. It's all over. Yeah.
Well, I'm still waiting to get 500 views on one of my videos, but that's great. That's great. Really, But again, I learned so much watching your channel, really. And your style of doing your videos is different than others, A lot of your videos are very long. I don't mind watching long videos myself. And but I learn watching, and you give such good tips throughout the whole video, usually, and your flying is great. So I got to say thank you for that, really.
Yeah, I live narrate, and that's one of the things that's different than what a lot of people do. I'm narrating as I fly, and I realize they're longer, and I know a lot of people don't like long videos, but you know what? I'm making those videos because I enjoy them, and if other people do, great. Other than that, you can skip through them. But one of the other things about it is I make a lot of mistakes. I misspeak. I make a mistake with the drone, but you know what? I don't cut that stuff out. I show it all in there. And, one of the videos that if you want to see an idiot, go watch my first video, the first time I flew the Avata with the motion controller. I mean, I guarantee you there were people that were throwing things at the screen going, you idiot,
Well, you can't please everybody. You can't please everybody.
Yeah. But I guess what I'm saying is at least you get honesty, right? What you see is what you get.
Yes. And I don't mind getting negative comments or what is constructive criticism.
Look, Johnny's saying he's watching. Johnny said he's watching season 2 of Idaho Quadcopter. Right?
Oh yeah, season 2. I love it. But listen, I got one of your videos queued up, Marcus. So let's show a little of that now, and you can narrate over it if you want. But I know you do a lot of narrating.
I'll just let it play here. You can. Yeah.
This is out in Hawaii.
We'll run this guy up to. Let's go up to the 7 meters that DJI asked for, and we'll see if we can get a precision landing when we come back. Right at 7 meters. What do you know? Okie dokie. Let's drop it down a little bit, and I think I can aim it out here where we're not going to be. I need to adjust it a little bit here. So that we are not over the top of anybody. And I can get you a, here, let me drop that camera down. I didn't realize I had that camera looking up so far. Okie dokie, reverse it up now, reverse and up.
And I learned that from you.
I'll be the first to admit,
you're a droney on takeoff.
I got a nice shade spot to stand in. We're not going to go too terribly high here because we don't need to. We're just past the breakers and out in the water. And this is we'll get back in a little closer. This is a public park here that I just happened to see on the map. We were kind of downtown. We had some lunch. We hit a couple of farmers markets, etc. Looking around, they had some Hawaiian canoe races earlier. Sadly, we just missed those, but we just kind of go sideways across this park. And this is just a little county park, and it's kind of weird. It's right in the middle of everything, but it's hard to see. I just happened to see a little sign that said beach access. It looks like it could be private property, but it's not. It's a public beach. So that's where we pulled. Or yeah, public beach, public park. So that's where we pulled in. What does this say on the side of this building here? Let's take a look at that.
This was a great video, Marcus. Really?
Yeah, it must be a restaurant, Papakona. Yeah. Everything
it brought back
as you would expect. A lot of things have Kona in the name here.
Way back
so let's kind of go out here, and I can show you kind of where they were doing the canoe races. And Sarah and I walked out over the edge of the pier, but unfortunately, it was just getting over with. So let's head on out there. Yeah, so I just was looking to see if there's any boats in the water here. I see some off in the distance there. But if you see that pier right there, you're going to see a bunch of canoes, Hawaiian canoes on the pier, and they had canoe races, and evidently it had just gotten over with when we walked up. So
great video.
Yeah, pretty much all gone. I'm going to get too close. There's a lot of people in that
water
area,
is so
we're going to keep our
blue
distance
and clear.
What it was. Maybe we can. I'm going to zoom in here and show you what these races.
But anyway, this is a great video, Marcus.
And they had whole crews that get on them. They strap them
together. People in the chat
want
to watch the rest of that.
They all had single paddles. But again, sadly,
by the way, if you're not subscribed to the Idaho Quadcopter,
wasn't
do it
good.
now.
But what you see off in the distance there is kind of the main.
It's a great channel, no doubt about it. But I know you'll enjoy it. That's for sure.
That was a fun vacation, I tell you. That was a lot of fun. I know you before the show, you were telling me that you've been to Kona as well as part of your fishing show, right?
Yeah, I did. We produced one of our episodes out there. Yeah. And it was great fishing. Let me tell you that right now. We had a good time. That was a good little trip. Yeah. But anyway, I see that Jeremy put it in the chat that he's offering a 30% off discount on the South Florida Drone Meetup merchandise. All you got to do is put in "Give me 30." So thank you again, Jeremy. Really. Oh man!
Hey, I got one. Can I make one comment, Ray?
Yes.
So your first video that you posted about Al Sharon's birthday, there was one thing about that video that really stood out to me, and I hope Al is in the chat. I don't know. However, it's pretty clear to me that Al married way over his head.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Wait till Jill. I'm gonna call Jill tomorrow and tell her you said that.
Yeah, he married way over his head. Yeah.
No doubt about it. No, Jill is great, really. But I tell you, back to the party. It was really a great time.
I'll bet it was. I'm jealous. I would have loved to have been there. Yeah.
But anyway, I'm trying to keep up with the comments. If I missed any questions, I apologize. I know there was a question for John, Connecticut Pirate. Did he get the Matrice 4 thermal yet? And I know he did. I don't know if he answered it. Oh, yeah, he did.
I know who we're talking about.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He sent me a picture of that. Boy, that's a beast. It is a beast. It's like
congratulations, John. Really. All the best with that drone. Really. So, but anyway, we got another drone celebrity in the chat, and I'll I'll. Anybody want to guess who it is? Jeff Norman.
How you
So,
doing, Jeff?
how you doing, Jeff? Good to see you. Anyway, and I have to tell everybody, Jeff gives me constructive criticism all the time.
Yeah.
So,
Hey,
but
so you were talking about the Neo, Captain Ray.
yeah, yeah,
I actually got my Neo out yesterday. I did I've got that 00 Robotics Hover Air X1 Pro Max. So I took that and I took the Neo, and because obviously you can launch them both without a controller,
yeah,
I put them both in vertical mode. So they were both shooting vertical
yeah.
video. I launched them both at the same time and had them track me, had them follow around. And you know what? They pretty much stayed apart, but every once in a while they'd bang together. But that was fine. It didn't seem to bother them. You'd hear a zzz, as they bang together. Then they'd split apart a little bit. But it's kind of fun comparing. That's where you get that video exactly side by side and see the difference between the two.
I tell you, it seems like a cool little drone. I thought it was going to be like more of a toy drone. I've heard that comment from some reviewers, but I tell you, I was impressed with it. And I know TJ flew it a few weeks ago at a mini meetup that we had. Um, and we got a few of them donated. This one was donated by John, Connecticut Pirate.
Oh,
That's a
that's excellent.
giveaway prize. Um, and this one is donated by Rob Kamada, but he didn't have a sticker, so I had to put a note on.
Yeah. DJI has never made a drone that I just didn't have a ball with, just didn't have a ton of fun with.
Yeah. No. DJI is the best. I say it all the time.
Yeah.
But this one is also donated by Tom Dowling. So thank you, guys. We appreciate your donations. We really do. But speaking of donations, Marcus, you are a big sponsor of the South Florida Drone Meetup. And like I said, I got to say thank you from me and the rest of the members of the South Florida Drone Meetup Committee. We appreciate your support. And for those that might not have heard, Marcus donated some drones also as giveaway prizes. And now you flew this one, right, Marcus?
Yeah, I flew both. Yeah, so that Q8 is not bad. Now, do not expect DJI quality because it's just not the case. They're those cheaper Amazon drone. I call them Amazon bargain drones, I guess, to be friendly. They are more temperamental, and the video quality is not what we're used to with DJI drones. But they're GPS. They do fly, and if you just want to go out to the park and fly a drone around, they're a lot of fun. So, yeah.
And I got the other one right here. So
yeah, that one was I'll tell a little story about that one. The first one, this is the second one that company sent me. The first one, I went to take off, and it just flipped over and flipped on its head.
Okay.
and I kept thinking, well, I must be doing something wrong, right? Or the propellers are on wrong or something. But no, I checked the props, everything was all right, So same thing. It just kept flipping over. So I did, me, I went ahead and published that video. Well, the company, that High Top, they got mad, and they said, well, we'll send you another one, right? So they did, and you know what? This one flew. This one took off, and it flew okay. So
but again, some lucky giveaway prize winners are going to win your drones too. So thank you.
And again, what I want to say about that drone is do not expect DJI quality video. But if you just want to go out to the park and fly around, it's a GPS drone, so it's stable and is will be something you can fly.
Yeah, no, I know it's going to make some people happy, no doubt about it. Whoever wins it is going to be very happy,
Yeah.
And again, I got a lot of prizes right under my feet and behind the chair and back by my dresser back there. But anyway, thank you again, Marcus. Really. So anyway, how did you? I mean, you said it already in the past, but a lot of people forget, and there's new people in the chat now. But how did you get involved with drones?
You know, my story is just identical to about 90% of the people that you talk to, right? You back in probably 2015, I started seeing little things about drones here and there, and I thought, man, that looks like fun. That's right up my alley. So I looked on, I don't know what website it was, whether it was Banggood or, one of the Temu, or not, they didn't have Temu back then, whatever, AliExpress, something like that. And I found the biggest drone that I could find, and it was like $89, right? So I bought that thing, and it was not brushless motor. It was gear drive motors.
Okay.
And of course, there was no GPS. There was no stabilization of any kind, no gyro, none of that. So you're flying it all with the sticks. And, the problem with that is it doesn't take you very long to destroy a drone like that. And I did finally get to where I could kind of get it to hover, with the sticks and move it around a little bit. But inevitably, it'd always go one way or the other and flip over. And oh man, so I finally put that away, and then again on YouTube, right? Like all of us, watching stuff on YouTube, and I'm still interested in drones, right? And I'm going, hey, there's guys that are flying these around and are doing pretty good. Well, this guy starts talking about a GPS drone, and I'm going, a GPS drone? Well, that kind of makes sense to me, right? So I watch this guy fly this drone. He takes off, and he literally grabs the drone and he moves it, and it moves right back into the spot that it was at. So I said, hey, now that's something I could get into. And not long after that, DJI introduced the Phantom 3 Standard.
Okay.
And I bought that Phantom 3 Standard, and I still have my video from my first flight with it. My wife was with me, and I had her looking out. I was scared to death, like everybody else, right? You're scared to death the first time you take off. But
is that on your channel? Is that video on your channel?
I'll have to look. It may be.
I'm gonna have to go look at that one.
I'll have to. I'm not sure if I ever published that or not. I'll be honest with you. However, it is, you're hooked then, right? Once you figure out, you go, hey, I can fly this. And I remember that Phantom 3 Standard had a 2.7K camera. It was stabilized. And at the time, I thought it was the most beautiful video I've ever seen. I've gone back since and looked at it, and I go, well, that doesn't look that great, but yeah. So, it's.
Well, that's a good story. That's a real good story.
Yeah.
And sort of the same thing happened to me. I bought one of those cheap drones, couldn't fly it, at all, really, without a hard landing. I never really crashed it, but there was a lot of hard landings and no control. You couldn't control them. And I gave it up for 2 years. I said, no way. And then I finally bought a Phantom 4, a used Phantom 4, and that got me hooked.
And the light bulb goes off over the top of your head, and you go, hey.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
anyway, we do have a question from Jim. He wanted to know if that's your first trip to Hawaii.
Yeah, it actually is my second trip to Hawaii. The first one was a couple of wives ago.
Okay, that sounds interesting. You want to tell us more about that?
Well, that would have been. You know what? I'll tell you. I'll be honest with you, and I've told Sarah this too. She was a lovely woman. The first woman I married, Sherry. That's where we went for our honeymoon, and I was the idiot in that relationship, not her. So
okay, all right. But anyway, I know I loved Hawaii. I really did, and I hope to get there again before I die. But Alex brings up a great point here. The Snake River shots, completely swayed him to get a Mavic 3. How do you like that?
Wow, that's amazing. That's awesome, Alex. You need to come out here and we'll go flying out there one of these days. So,
but the Snake River Canyon is on my bucket list too. I hope to get out there.
Really. A few weeks ago, I sold my Mini 3 Pro. He was a retired spokesman for the state police. So he worked for the Idaho State Police and just had retired, and he's a hobbyist. So I sold him my Mini 3 Pro and gave him quick lesson, right? Showing him he'd never flown a drone before. Showed him all the everything about it. You know where one of his first drone videos, he went out to my spot at Dedication Point and he flew that drone out over the. In fact, he's in the Old Farts group. He posts in the Old Farts group, and yeah, he flew that drone right out over the Snake River Canyon.
I tell you, you had to be petrified, nervous, however you want to word it, the first time you flew over that canyon. Yes? No?
You know, not so much, and I'll tell you why, Ray. Because by that time, I kind of knew the capabilities of the drones, and just wasn't. I knew it would be all right. So, I mean, it is very dramatic, and of course, that's what's part of the fun of it. But the thing is, we learn from each other. I was out there with Ted Bowman, Dr. Bowman, one day, and he is sitting right on the fence, right on the edge of the canyon. There's a rock wall. He was sitting on the rock wall, and I'm looking, and he had his drone way down into the canyon, right down on the Snake River down there. Well, of course, he's got a straight shot because you got your controller. You're looking down. Well, it had never occurred to me to fly down into the canyon before.
Yep. Okay.
So I learned from Dr. B, and now I do that all the time.
Yeah. No, that looks like a phenomenal place to fly, really. But anyway, Jeremy, he married above his grade also. So, and we're all going to get to meet Jeremy's wife along with Sarah at the South Florida drone meetup because they're both coming,
That's
and
right.
I'm looking forward to meeting all of Jeremy. So, and I already know Sarah. She came 2 years ago, but
Yeah.
I'm so glad she's coming back, Marcus, really. And please tell her I said that.
I will tell her. Yeah.
But you guys are going to be, enjoying a cruise before you get there, right? You're going on that cruise with Barkley and Company, the one that Bob and Audrey put together?
Yeah. Old Farts with a Drone, Bob Dempsey and Audrey Dempsey put together this 10-day cruise on Virgin Cruise Lines. And Barkley and Jenna are going to go. And I assume that Kiko will go too, but I don't know that for certain.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. But it's going to be a blast because we're going to like 10 different. No, maybe it's not 10 stops. It's a lot of islands. Let me put it that way. So we're going to be doing a ton of flying, and
it's great that you guys can bring the drones on the cruise ship,
they
fly at the different ports
on the ship. Yep.
Hopefully, there's no casualties or incidents, and I wish you all the best on that cruise. So,
yeah. I see. Bob is saying that Jay Santiago and his wife are going to be on there too.
Yes. I remember that. Yeah, and Jay and his wife are coming to the South Florida Drone meetup. I flew with Jay at the Brooklyn meetup, so I know Jay, and I'm looking forward to seeing him at the South Florida Drone meetup along with his wife. So, and obviously, I said it to you in the back room, but we got 144 people on the list now. We had quite a few additions after our Fly for Fun show last night. And I got great news. Al Sercione called me. He received a confirmation that the Margate Police Department drone unit will be at the South Florida drone meetup.
Awesome.
So, yeah, got to say thank you to Al for making those arrangements. Really, I'm looking forward to it. You know that.
Yeah.
So, and I'm trying to keep up with the comments, guys. So I apologize.
It's fun seeing the way those police departments use drones. They're proud of them.
Well, I know you put out one video of the Meridian police using the drones over that lake that one time, right?
He couldn't wait to show me his drone. I mean, I showed an interest, and he did his flight. And then he came back and he goes, "Come on, take a look at this," and he showed me the whole, and that darn matrice was, heck, it was so big he had to carry it. He had one of those Ford Explorer pursuit cars, and he had to carry it in the back of that thing. It was a couple of big suitcases, and he put it all together. It was a big drone.
Yeah, and then they usually have the the big monitor right in the back of the SUV, and it's quite the setup. The ones that I've seen anyway. I saw.
What was fun with him too was also having a discussion with him about how police can use drones, and I'm not just talking about drone way up there like that Matrice, but like when they're in situations where they need to look inside, these FPV drones like the little Neo, they can go through a window with it and they can fly it into a house and look around before they go into a situation.
Yes.
They can see what's there before they go in.
It's no doubt it's an invaluable tool, tool that the police departments throughout the country are using.
Yeah, it was fun to talk to him about that. Yeah.
And we can't talk about Warren because he's lurking tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, Warren, how you doing? So, but anyway, if I missed any questions, guys, I apologize.
Yeah.
But anyway, you also show a viewer video during the show, Marcus. So let me do that right now, if you don't mind.
I would love to see it.
And I'm going to keep it in suspense who I picked this week. But he's in the chat.
Is it anybody I know?
So, but anyway, I got a real kick out of this video, but it's much too cold for me. Anybody know who it is yet?
Oh yeah, of course.
Look at this.
Man.
John Flynn, Flying Flynn Media. Great video, John. Look at this.
Yeah, the Iceman cometh.
Wow. I like the soundtrack.
John is just a cinematic master. He's
Yes,
just
he
another
is.
one of those guys that really knows how to put it together.
Really. That's a cool lighthouse, too.
That's a neat lighthouse, isn't it? Yeah.
But anyway, if you guys want to watch more of John's video, go to his channel. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe because he's one of our superstars, as I say, in the drone
He absolutely
community.
is.
So,
Yeah.
but anyway, great video, John. So, I plan on flying with Ron at the Jupiter Lighthouse maybe next week,
Oh, good. Good.
Hopefully he'll squeeze me in his calendar. I know
His tight schedule.
you drive, you want to get settled in the condo there and do things with your wife. You don't want to be flying with an old fart like me, but I hope to fly with him sometime next week. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But that's a great place to fly. Don't you agree? The Jupiter Lighthouse, Marcus?
Yeah, that's at the Jupiter Inlet there. Yeah,
Du Bois Park.
Du Bois Park. Yeah, that is more fun than a barrel full of monkeys. The thing is, what's cool about that is it's not only do you have the lighthouse, which if you were just flying the lighthouse, you'd go, oh, this is awesome. But you have the whole inlet, and you got boats going in and out the whole time. You got the bridge on one side, and then you can follow the intracoastal right there as well. And then if you want, you can go out towards the ocean, and there's always boats going out there. And then there's a beach on the one side. No matter which way you point your drone, there's something cool to look at.
Exactly. Yeah. My favorite spot down in Florida, really. But we got a question from Josh, and he wants to know what video editors you make your videos with.
Well, I could say that I'm real professional. I use DaVinci or something like that, but I don't. I use a program called Magic's Movie Edit Pro, and it works for me.
Yep, and I'm an iMovie guy. Basic iMovie. Sometimes light cut. But like Marcus just said, that works for me, and it's easy. So, and I need easy.
Well, Final Cut Pro is what a lot of people use them when they're on a Mac. And Final Cut Pro is an amazing program. It will do a ton of stuff. And the same thing with like DaVinci Resolve or I'm trying to think of the Adobe one, Premiere Pro or what does Adobe call theirs? Yeah, Premiere Pro or whatever it is. But those truly are professional editing programs. Like DaVinci Resolve, that's what professional studios use to edit their videos. And there's a very steep learning curve. So and two things, not only is there a steep learning curve, but you have to have a very, very powerful computer to run it as well. So those are things that are always a consideration.
Right.
Yeah.
No. And believe it or not, I do a lot of my editing right on the iPhone and iPad.
Yeah.
And I don't use my computer. And Jeff will probably put it in the chat that I don't have enough room on my computer, and I need a new computer.
Yeah.
But anyway, I have fun. It's all about having fun, making videos. And you know what? You relive the moment as you're editing. At least I do.
Oh boy, isn't that a fact? Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I did a quick edit of another video today, and I got it scheduled to be released on Sunday morning. But and again, I just enjoy it. And they're not masterpieces by anybody, and they're not Hollywood productions. And I just have fun. And
So
we got
Capt,
Philip Koshat in the chat. How you doing, Philip? Good to see you.
Philip. He was at last year's meetup.
Yes, he was, and he's coming back. He must have enjoyed himself.
Yeah, good.
So,
Hey, I got a question for you, Captain Ray. Have you ever flown one of these helicopters?
nope, I've never. No,
I know.
I initially was told they're hard to fly, but I guess with technology, they're a lot easier now. Have you flown that one?
This one says gyro stabilized, ready to fly. So I'm going to find out. That company sent it to me to do a review, and I told them, I said, I've never flown one of those before, so I'll stumble around a little bit. I'm kind of anxious to. I've been waiting for good weather to give it a shot.
Yeah, you see, I knew Jeff was going to knock my computer. I knew he would.
Yeah.
So, but I look forward to you flying that and making a video of that.
Yeah, we'll see.
I tell you, I went to the Sunshine State Drone Expo 2 years ago and 3 years ago too. I went 2 years in a row. But they were flying the helicopters around there, and those guys flew those helicopters like the FPV racing drones, really. I was so impressed, really.
I've seen videos of what some of those guys do, and this is not that. It is not that kind of a powerful.
Right.
This is more of a toy, really. But something different. It'll be fun to try it out, right?
Yeah, that's for sure. We got Uncle Bill in the house. How you doing, Bill? Get well soon. God bless. You look good last night, and I'm so happy your surgery was a success.
Yep. Get healed up.
Thanks for popping in, as Adrian Mateo says. Or used to say. He hasn't done videos very much lately. So, but anyway, if anybody has any other questions for Marcus, I'll try not to miss them.
I see Johnny says he calls it a tree copter.
Yeah, I see that comment there.
Johnny.
He had to meet up with Captain Joe today. They were down by the water down there. Yeah, they had a nice little meetup. He went live. I didn't catch him live, but I watched the replay. And looks like they had a good time, It's always good flying with somebody else. I enjoy flying with other people. Don't you? Or you like it by yourself?
It depends on what I'm doing, right? If I am focused on doing or if it's like the first time I fly a drone or something, I kind of want to be by myself so I can kind of dig through it. But yeah, it is fun flying with people. As you know, here, Dr. Bowman's here in town, so he and I go out once in a while. And you know Tanya Gale Adventure, she lives here. So she and I go out flying once.
Hopefully she's coming back. She's on the list. She put herself on the list way back when, and have you heard from her lately or no?
I haven't, which tells me she's really busy. So she's got a pretty high-powered position at St. Alphonsus at the hospital. So she stays really busy.
Well, hopefully her schedule did not change and she's still coming.
Yeah,
because it was nice meeting her and flying with her. That's for sure. And that was all thanks to you because you invited her and got her to come. So
yeah. But
she
didn't waste any time either. She made got her tickets, and boy, she was on the way.
yeah, exactly. I know. But I tell you, there's so many great places to fly in the world, really. I mean, we got Eddie Nunez in the chat. He was just flying down in the Dominican Republic again. And it looks so cool flying down there, Eddie, really.
He said they got mad at him at his resort that he's at for flying drones. So
I didn't hear that. Okay,
yeah, he had to get up at 6 in the morning. Well, they probably caught him, looking at the girls on the by the pool and so forth. So
yeah, I know, but that looked like a real fancy resort.
It looked pretty fancy.
And the people are telling me to do the contest. Don't forget to do the contest today. So, hey, we got Mario Naba. He's in the chat. How you doing, Mario? Good to see you. We met him at the South Florida Drone Meetup.
That's absolutely right. Yeah.
And he's coming back, too. He's on the list.
Oh, good. Good.
Looking forward to seeing you again, Mario.
Yeah.
But, all right, let me, I think I'm checking the thing. I have another one of your videos, and then we're going to do the contest. So let me just show this one video because I found it interesting.
Okay.
And you flew the new Spectre drone.
Oh, the good old Spectre Mini, yeah.
And I was pretty impressed with it, really.
And there's a little drone. Gets a few feet off the ground and pulls right in. So you can see where I'm standing in the back of my Tahoe here. And I got the little action camera going. But
I don't have that Tahoe anymore, Ray.
Let's do a drone.
I know, you got a new
little
Dodge
different direction this time.
Congratulations.
One at our back.
Yeah,
So it should look pretty darn good. Reverse and up now. Reverse and up. And of course, I'm looking into the sun.
Hey, Rob.
So it was hard for me to look at the drone there because it is going right back towards the sun.
That was a great shot right there because you got the moon. I don't know if people can see
the moon. I know
in the shot.
Today.
And
Ray, here we are. I'm dropping that camera down.
That's a $219
more
drone.
even picture here, or the rule of thirds, as they call it. Let's just go straight forward.
I was very tempted to buy it just based on the price.
I'm going to drop some altitude here as we get down over the. It really is ice. It looks like somebody's been out there on a four-wheeler or something, doesn't it? Messing around. So let's go ahead and pick up some altitude again. And I'm going to go over the Discovery School across the street here. And we're going to point this guy.
This is a great video. And it seems like a great drone. Really?
Well, I mean, it's essentially a Mini 2.
Again, this is all in normal mode here.
It just takes great video. It takes 4K, 30 frames per second.
I'm going to pick the camera up and kind of, well, you know what? Let's move a little further
Take
forward.
Great pictures.
Because what I'm trying to do, I'm going to go out to the corner of their lot here.
So CG Pirate, what I do is I have a DJI
panoramas of the Boise front.
So I'm live narrating.
So we're going to stop recording right now.
And then you just synchronize the audio.
I'm going to switch to pano mode. So you can see there at the top we have photo, and then we have quick shots, and we have pano. Those are the kind of the special functions of this drone. So let's go into pano here. And we have the sphere mode, the 180, and the wide angle. Yeah, those are our only three choices. Let's do a sphere first. Now, in this video, I'll only be able to show you the sphere as it's put together. You could upload that photo then to like Facebook or something, and that would give you that 360 photo that people could look around. So anyway, let's go ahead and start, because it's going to take a bunch of pictures.
This was
I
great.
can't remember how many pictures it
demonstrated
takes,
all
but you
these
can see
quick
that
shots.
camera
It was a
moving
great
around,
deal, Marcus, really.
Thank
and
you.
it's going to put
If
them
you guys
together. You
want
can
to watch
have
the
a
rest of that,
full.
just go to the Idaho Quadcopter and you can watch the rest of that video. But the Spectre Mini, what a cool little drone, really.
Yeah. Not a bad
we
little.
have one other question here. I wanted to know if you noticed the artwork in the snow in the video.
There are some interesting kids make some interesting things in there, and we'll leave that alone.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, it's time to do the monthly giveaway contest. So, and Marcus, you're eligible too. You know, it's a $10 Amazon gift card. Put in the lucky number in the chat between 1 and 25, and I'll try to keep an eye out on it. And hopefully I won't miss it. No, not number 9. No. Oh boy.
Got my number.
They're starting to fly. Up. I do see it, though. I do see it. Somebody got it. Hopefully nobody got it before them. But the first number 7 I saw was John Flynn. Was number 7 this week. So congratulations, John. Your name is going in the hat. So, but anyway, it's all about having fun. Not so much a $10 Amazon gift card. All right, John, putting it right in the hat, right here. Let me take these lanyards out. Putting it right in the hat. So, but anyway, Marcus, I got to say thank you so much for sponsoring our South Florida drone meetup. Really, it means so much to us. Your drones donations really are going to make a lot of people. Well, 2 people happy. 2 people are going to be happy with your donations. So.
Yeah. Thank you.
More importantly, I'm so glad that you're coming back to the South Florida drone meetup and you're bringing Sarah. So,
yeah,
you know,
she's pretty excited about it too, Ray. So
good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Now, does she fly drones? Well, no, not at all.
Now, I know that you're in the same boat with Cheryl. I have tried, but she just can't. And I even say I'm going out to the canyon, I'll try and get her to go with me, and it's tough. She just not interested.
That's the same way with my wife, Cheryl. I don't want to touch that controller.
Yeah.
I don't want to break it.
Yeah.
So I says, you won't break it. Don't worry. But anyway, we do have quite a few female pilots coming, you know. Like I've mentioned, Audrey Dempsey's coming, and she flies.
Yeah.
And Colleen Flynn, she's coming back. She flies.
Yeah.
You hear what happened when she flew last year? John said, "Hold my controller."
Yeah.
But anyway, and there's quite a few others. So,
Philip is saying his wife flies as Zavada too.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, look at that. All right, great, very cool. And Jenna C flies. Yeah. Actually, she's a very good drone pilot, Jenna C.
Yeah.
So, but and okay, here we go. Oh, cool. She flies FPV. Very cool, Jeremy. I'm looking forward to seeing that. So, that's great. So, all right. And now Jim wants to know which drone is going to be sacrificed to the sea this year. Jim, we're thinking positive. Last year, we didn't have any casualties. And I'm hoping that we have no casualties in 2025.
Well, we need to say one thing. We had a drone underwater last year, but it wasn't sacrificed, was it?
No, you're right. You're right on that. But we have Nick Vita. His YouTube channel is Fly Days, and he agreed to give us another waterproof drone demonstration. So we'll see him purposely purposely putting his drone in the water.
If anybody hasn't seen that,
But then he flies right out of it.
he goes down into the water, and then that drone comes flying back up out of the water. It's wild.
Yeah, and I have that video's on my channel from last year's South Florida drone meetup. He did a phenomenal job with that demonstration, I thought.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was so impressed because, water is like a drone pilot's worst nightmare.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And I remember, here's another little tip, but I remember when I first got my original Mavic Mini. You remember that drone, right,
Yeah.
Marcus? But I remember being forewarned that these sensors do not read water well. And you got to be very careful of that when you're flying over water. So
Right.
I quickly tested it on the second flight, let's say, or towards the end of the first flight, I should say. I brought it back at secret spot number 1 where I fly.
Yeah.
I let it hover 15 feet above the water. Just let it hover there. And sure enough, it started going down.
But you were quick on the sticks. Hit
And I
that.
just resent it up, and I didn't lose that drone. But if I wasn't paying attention, or if I was a little lower, it would have ended up right in the water. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, all right. Well, thank you again, Marcus, for being on.
My pleasure.
Anything you would like to say or promote?
Not so much promote, but you know what I'm excited about is we're getting into springtime now, and of course you're down in Florida, so it's maybe not, but up here in the north, we look forward to spring because we can start really flying our drones again without freezing our fingers off. So it's the trees are going to start turning green, the sun will be out, and get out your drone, have fun, and do a lot of flying. Spring and fall are my 2 favorite times to fly.
Yeah, and daylight savings time is coming.
And it's coming.
Yeah, March 9th, if I remember right.
Yeah.
But thank you for being on the show tonight. You were an awesome special guest, really. I don't just say it, I mean it. And I look
Absolutely,
forward
my
to
pleasure.
meeting you again and Sarah at the South Florida Drone Meetup, along with all the other drone pilots. But I got to say thank you to everybody in the chat. I appreciate you watching. I really do. And I second Marcus, get out there and fly. And like Johnny and I say, fly for fun, but most importantly, fly safely. So we'll see you again next week. Next week, I got Vic Moss on the show as my special guest. So have